Families and children are always put on the back burner in our current climate.
Rene Gonzalez has had enough. The father of three is the co-founder of ED300, a group that wants Oregon schools reopened. Gonzalez says remote learning just is not cutting it.
There's certain elements of the development process that just can't be replicated effectively online. There's the social emotional development.
On top of that, Gonzalez is afraid that if schools remain closed, families will start leaving Oregon and going to other states where schools are open.
It long-term has obviously a very negative impact on the state as a whole.
Last spring, when we were hit by this pandemic.
On Monday evening, Portland Public Schools, Oregon's largest school district, held a virtual discussion on COVID-19 and the impact on schools.
So it's always been about balancing education and health as we've moved through this. And from the state, there have always been two primary metrics that we focus on, case rates and testing positivity rates.
District leaders say racial equity and social justice, along with the health of students and staff, among other things, have been the guiding principles for COVID-19 planning.
Planning has been and remains incredibly complex.
As complex as it's been, research by Portland-based NWEA shows students are learning from home. For example, data indicates students are picking up reading easier than they are math.
I think the teachers across the country deserve a ton of credit for how they've rallied and helped students, especially early in this school year.
Those advocating for the reopening of schools don't disagree. They just believe that students and teachers alike have a lot more to gain in the classroom, and therefore schools need to reopen.
So we have to push, it feels like, no matter what, to keep schools primarily in focus and to keep working families in focus.
All right, Rene Gonzalez and the group ED300 have a number of events planned this week, including protests in the parking lots of closed schools on Tuesday and a rally outside the governor's mansion on Friday. As for PPS leaders, they say they want to reopen schools when it's safe to do so. They say it's all about finding that right balance. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.